drunk driver. No drunk drivers. 6 years. Seems like it was yesterday. I got a lot to unpack in this video, but before I get started, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to my cousin, Brad Dion. Wrote a children's book, Two, Three, and a Von Twinkle, a fairy tale, written by Brad Dion and pictures by Tori Daniels. Go ahead and check it out. Brad Dion, he always been doing great things. And this is just his latest example of greatness. He come from greatness because, hey, we got the same bloodline. So what can I say? You can cop the book at toothrena.com. That's TOOTHRNA.com. Go ahead and get your copy, man. It's a dope book. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but I just wanted to go ahead and give a shout out. Hey, continue doing greatness, my G. All right. Back to it. Seems like it was yesterday. And I always get constant reminders. I can see a house that looks similar that we stayed in. I still see vehicles that look like the vehicle that Shayla drove. Every time I hear about a car wreck, of course, that brings me to this day. Grocery store, food items, baby wipes, married couples, kids that are around Braylan's age. Yeah. Every day I see these. But I keep pushing, I keep moving forward. You all may be wondering, what happened to the site? What happened to the memorial site? Did I take it down? I'm going to answer all these questions in this video. How it started. It was made from love. Family members, friends, supporters, we all got together and we wanted to do something special that was going to acknowledge and commemorate Shayla Braylan. So we came up with the idea of having these pictures with decorations, and there you have it. That was the memorial site. And with the memorial site, of course, there was maintenance. Had to go out there and weed eat, cut the grass, clean up, wipe down the photos, all that good stuff. And of course, in Texas, grass grows fast. I learned that the hard way. Oh man, that grass was growing fast. Fast forward years later, still rocking and rolling. I developed a routine. I used to go out there 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. As you know, your boy still work a full-time job. Not a regular job, 12-hour shift work, night and day. So yeah, your boy was tired. You all may be wondering, why would I go out there at those times of the night? Well, I did that to avoid interaction. I didn't feel like being bothered at times, Plus, I was tired. And I noticed throughout the day, if I would go there in the daytime, people would be honking their horns. Some of them get out and talk to me, which I enjoy. It is no problem, no issue. It's just that I figured it was just a little bit more efficient. I can get in, do what I need to do, and get out throughout those times. Plus, with my work hours, hey, those were the times that were available. So I just made it work. But I wasn't the only one. Miss Murdis was out there. Shayla's godmother was out there. Shout out. So everybody was out there doing their part, making it work. Mistakes on my end. Yeah, mistakes. I'm a man of accountability. I don't run from it. But one of the mistakes that I made, I never contacted the landowner. What do you mean? I know some of you all may be thinking, now, you got to contact somebody. Why didn't you do it? Well, unfortunately, there's no template on how to handle things in this situation. Meaning, after a tragedy, such as what happened to my family, what do you do? If there was a template, why didn't you send it to me? I could have used that information, so I'm just winging it. I'm doing the best I could. Plus, I always figured that if somebody needed to contact me, they would, because I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, and I put the email address of reachout119@gmail.com. That's on all my social media platforms, right? So that was my thinking. It's the reason why I'm saying that. Just remember why, I said that part. There were some good things that happened at the memorial site. I met a lot of good people. They would donate stuff. They would do things to contribute to the site, such as decorations, and they would share their testimonies. Yeah, so I met some cool folks, man. I got messages from people from the UK via YouTube, social media. People would write letters. Yeah, somehow they got your boy address. Well, it really wasn't my address, but it was my family member address. But nonetheless, an address. I still don't know how they got it, but they did. Right? I still trip out on that. People left, like I said, messages and notes at the site. I seen that, so I did get it. And if I haven't said anything before, I'm saying it now. I did get it. I appreciate the love and support. What have you? Just letting you know that I was easily accessible. Right. So let's get to why and what happened. So with anything with land, of course, you have a land owner. And that's why I alluded to the mistakes on my end. I never contacted the landowner, right? That email, that reach out 119@gmail.com, I don't check it regularly. Hey, I'm human. Most of the time when people needed to get in touch with me, they would always direct message me. That seemed to work. So that's what I rocked with. Yeah. So as time went on, the landowner sent an email to that email address listed. Now for him to send the email, he must have seen or heard about the email. And if you've seen or heard about the email, that means you've seen or heard about me on social media. And you are also aware of, the big news of when it happened, right? And from what I hear, he's a nice guy. Now, let's get to what my opinion about the whole thing. It's just my opinion. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but I'm just going to give you my perspective. If I was a landowner, because I always try to look at things from a different perspective, but I also want to empathize, right? Meaning I'm going to view things from your lens so I can get a better understanding. That helps me when I'm breaking down situations. If I'm a landowner in a commercial residence, I'm most likely going to have friends who are also business owners, right? All right, that's plausible. But if I am a landowner in a commercial district, maybe I don't want to be involved in something that can be political. Meaning, if I'm campaigning against something, it may be against one of his friends or business owners. I don't want to be involved with it. Didn't ask to be involved with it. It just so happened it happened on my property or near my property, right? And the way I seen it is through the news. So I know about it. If I'm the landowner, I know about it because I seen it on the news, right? I'm just empathizing. Just follow me. But ultimately, if I am the landowner and I'm thinking of it from that perspective, I don't want to be held liable for anything that happens on my property. So how do I do that? How do I say, hey, I don't want to be involved with what you have going on or what you made your agenda, whatever that is. I'm sorry about what happened, but I don't want to be involved. How do you do that without hurting feelings? You go the legal route. And that's what he did. Within that email were the steps on who I need to write, et cetera, et cetera. And, I guess it pretty much, I want to say explaining the laws, but this is the legal way on how to erect a memorial site at this property. And that was the gist of the email. Now, my viewpoint on that is, if I'm the landowner, that's how I get out of not being held liable should something were to happen on my property, and I can just say, hey, this is out of my hands. I ain't got nothing to do with it. It's the law, my G. It's not my opinion. It's the law. He couldn't get in touch with me, so he took it down. Or whoever the group of individuals were, they took it down. I just listed. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on YouTube. I got messages from the UK. Got people from Massachusetts, California, Florida. I know I'm missing out on other states. People have been contacting me. News outlets. Everybody gets in contact with me. I have yet to have met one person that was like, hey, man, I really been trying to get in touch with you. This is the one person. One that could not get in touch with me. Yet, I was aware of this happening on my property since it existed. That's the way I think of it. Now, am I trying to reflect negatively on the landowner? No. I'm just giving you my perspective. But when somebody say they can't get in contact with me, that's when the wheels start turning. That's when it starts turning. Gotta remember, deception hides behind morality. I would have, I don't know. That's just my opinion on the thing. So you want my opinion? There it is. There it is. All right. Let's get to my next question. Am I mad that the site is down? It's been down for about a year now. Am I mad? Nobody's asked me that question, but I'm going to answer it right now. The short answer, no. No, I'm not mad. And I'll tell you why. Every time I went out there, there was a reenactment playing in my head because I've talked to the witness and I've got a description on what happened. They witnessed the wreck. Christine Moyer, that's one of the witnesses. Shout out Christine Moyer. She told me what went down. So every time I go out there, that stuff visualized and I paint pictures in my head, right? Another thing, vandalism. It didn't happen yet. I'm on social media. I say things. It ruffles feathers. I've been called a racist. Been called other things. People have went there on me. When I say went there, they've said things to me. They've said things about Shayla. They said things about Braylan. Yes, they have. Yes. So when I say the threat of vandalism, to me, like I said, I'm always forecasting. What would be the next thing? They can't get to me as far as, get under my skin and get me out of character because I control and get down and dirty with the best of them. So within that exchange, I was the one getting blocked. Yeah, they blocked your boy. I forgot. I was on Twitter, but they blocked me for a little while. Had your boy in Twitter jail. Oh, yeah, I was going in. I don't just lay low and all that stuff. Nah, I go in. I can get vile and grotesque just like the rest of them. Ooh, I can get vile. I can get nasty. I can get dirty. Yeah. So just like they go there, I can go there too. I'm making light of the situation, but I'm also just explaining my perspective. But I knew it was just a matter of time and I used to worry about that in the back of my head. When I go out there, what am I going to see on these photos? What am I going to see on this poster? What if I go out there and I see somebody write the N-bomb on Shayla's picture or the N-bomb on Braylan's picture? Glad you're not here, or, you know what I'm saying? Like anything. You may think I'm overreacting, but in case you all don't know, the internet is full of them. It's full of vitriol. This is the society that we live in, and it's just reality. So you have to know how to maneuver within reality, and that's knowing who to stay away from, knowing how to identify dangers, potential things that can cause ruckus or get you out of your character, all of that good stuff. And that's part of it. Another reason why I'm not mad, because of a possible incident. I don't know if you all remember, there was a story that I told you all one day where there was this white man and he questioned me, why was I out there? And it wasn't in a nice tone. So I don't owe him no answers. I just stared at him. I don't know. I put it in my video. I just stared at him. And he stared at me. And he continued talking because I wasn't answering him. I'm just looking. See, in my mind, at that point, when you're coming at me sideways, especially at that location where the emotion is high and you're being disrespectful, there's nothing else to talk about. At that point, it's all about action. What's up? I ain't gonna say nothing. I don't need to bump my gums. I roll with about 12 friends, sometimes 6, and they hard-headed. And I'm not talking about humans. So when he was talking, I was gripped up. I know. Hey, I'm just telling you all reality. It sound crazy. It sound like this fool he up there. No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I was gripped up. I had my hand on it. I'm waiting on this fool to make a move. Because the way I looked at it, it came at me in an aggressive manner. Or I took it as aggressive because you don't know me. And then you're questioning me in that tone. That's strike 1 and 2. 3 is if you would have got your ass out that car. I was looking. That's why I stood there. I stood there because I didn't want you to see what I was holding. Now, what if he was holding something? It would have been the OK Corral. Think about it. All because I'm out there. All because I am easily accessible. That could have went down. So just like it went down that day, nobody was hurt. Nothing happened. But that's just one time. It could have happened again. Who's to say the next time that happened, something would have went down to where I would have been in the news over some bullshit. These are the things that went on in my head. So nah, not mad. I'm not mad that they took the site down. Another thing, snakes. Yeah, snakes. It's high grass. High grass area. This is where snakes lie. Who's to say my dumb ass out there 3, 4 in the morning, I get bit by a snake? I mean, it may sound funny, but the possibilities are there. I used to think about that all the time. Who the hell's going to pay my medical bill should my dumb ass get bit by a snake? What if I have a reaction to it? If it's a poisonous snake, and now my dumb ass lying out in the grass, fell out in the grass, because I'm out here trimming these weeds, and they find my dumb ass right there laying. Then what y'all gonna say? What the hell was he doing out there 4 in the morning, 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning? You're gonna say that. I'm not saying I'm doing things to please the people who are against me or always gonna have something to say, but I also have to do my due diligence and assess the risk. So that was a risk. Funny, but truthful, it was a risk, and that's something that I thought about. So to wrap it up, with the maintenance, possible incidents, landowner doing the legal stuff, and I can read between the lines. And hey, if you think I'm wrong, like I said, I'm easily accessible. But you couldn't contact me, but I'm easily accessible because I'm here. I'm still here, right? Still here. 6 years, still here. Yes, sir, still here. With that going on and with the risk assessment, I figured nah, I'm going to go ahead and let it be. I'm going to let that one ride out. Not to say that I won't put up another site or I won't go the legal way and go ahead and put in the paperwork, get the signatures or whatever. But if we're going to do it, I'm going to do it a way to where it protects myself, my peoples, and we're not putting people in harm's way, such as the way that I listed before, right? And so there you have it. That's why the site is no longer there. Now, I'm not going to say it was done out of malicious intent or done out of somebody being negative or what have you. And I listed the mistake that I made on my end for not checking the reach out email address that I do have listed on all of my social media platforms on a regular basis. But when I hear you can't get in touch with me, but everybody else does with less resources, because you are a landowner, so you got resources. It's not no regular Joe Schmo I'm talking to, whoever that is. You can't get in touch with me. It's just something to think about. Yeah, but he's a nice guy. Not my words. But yeah, I think that's it. Oh, and also just the bottom line and wrap it up. I know I just said that before. As a grown man, 42 years old, going on 43, 17 years old in the military, started off and just kept ascending from there. I go by my judgment. And quite frankly, I don't ask permission to do things because I move as a man. So it's just one of the things that I've done, as far as a man, making a decision. Tough decision, but a decision nonetheless that I felt was needed. And that's it. That's all I had to ask is me. So that pretty much sums it up. Why the memorial site is not there. All right. Also, before I get out, there's going to be an update on the Bozo Veronica Rivas parole hearing, which is going to be coming up. They sent me an email a couple of weeks ago. I just didn't feel like reading it, but they typically go down around the April or June timeline. But I'm going to go ahead and check into it this week and get with the parole hearing, parole people, and they'll probably have a victim impact statement that I give. It's been going on year by year. And hopefully her dumb ass continues to remain locked the hell up. That's it. Until next time. Peace.